Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we'll study the math revision sheet for grade 7. First, solve each inequality, then graph the solution. Negative 6t minus 3 is less than negative 2t minus 19. Just move negative 2t to be added and move 3 to be added. Now we get negative 6t plus 2t is less than negative 19 plus 3. Negative 6t plus 2t is equal to negative 4t is less than negative 19 plus 3 is equal to negative 16. Just divide both sides by negative 4. Don't forget, guys, to reverse the inequality sign. So, negative 4t divided by negative 4 is equal to t, and negative 16 divided by negative 4 is equal to 4. So, what's the solution of the inequality? Is all real numbers that Mr. greater than 4. Put 4 and put unshaded circle and shade Mr. all the real numbers to its right. Now we can shade Mr. to the right of 4. Number 2, negative 3 times m minus 4 is less than 6. First, Mr., we can use the distributive property. Just multiply negative 3 by each term. Negative 3 times m and negative 3 times negative 4. We get negative 3m plus 12 is less than 6. Just subtract 12 from both sides. We can say that negative 3m is less than 6 minus 12 is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 3. Now reverse the inequality sign. We get m is greater than 2. To graph the solution, just draw a line and put 2 on the number line. 2 is unshaded because no equal sign, and shade all real numbers to its right. Next, 4 times 1 minus x is less than 16. Use distributive property, so get 4 minus 4x is less than 16. Subtract 4 from both sides. We get Mr. negative 4x is less than 12. Divide both sides by negative 4. Reverse the inequality sign. So get x is greater than negative 3. By the same way, just Mr. graph the solution on the number line. Just draw a number line and put negative 3. Negative 3 is unshaded, and we need all real numbers that Mr. greater than negative 3. Next, y is less than or equal negative 3. Just divide both sides by 2. We can say now just 2y divided by 2 and negative 3 divided by 2. Now y is less than negative 3 over 2. We need all real numbers that is less than or equal negative 1.5. Just draw a line and put negative 1.5 on the number line, negative 1.5. It's shaded because we have equal sign, and shade all real numbers to its left. To choose the correct graph, just solve the inequality. We will use the distributive property. Negative 2 times 3x is equal to negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is equal to positive 2. is less than 8. Subtract 2 from both sides. We get negative 6. X is less than 6. Divide both sides by negative 6 and reverse the inequality sign. Don't forget. We get x is greater than negative 1. Just draw a line and put negative 1. Negative 1 is unshaded circle. And shade all the real numbers to its left. So we have left or right is negative 1 is greater than negative 1. So we get no. To choose the correct graph, just solve the inequality. Negative 2 times 3x, negative 6x. Negative times the negative, positive 2 times 1 equals 2 is less than 8. Just subtract 2 from both sides. We get negative 6x is less than 6. I will divide both sides by negative 6 and reverse the inequality sign. We get x is greater than negative 1. Which graph represents that x is greater than negative 1? So look, unshaded circle, negative 1. We get two graphs, A and B. So C is false, D is false. But we will shade all the real numbers at the right of negative 1. So the correct answer is B. Graph the solution of the inequality. Just to solve the inequality, use the distributive property. We can say that negative 3 times x, negative 3x minus 3 is less than or equal 6. Just add 3 to both sides. We can deduce now that negative 3x is less than or equal to 9. I will divide both sides by negative 3. We can say that x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Don't forget, I will reverse the inequality sign. Now x is greater than or negative 3. Go to negative 3 and represent it by shaded circle. And shade all real numbers to its right because it's greater than. So we need all the real numbers to the right of negative 3. Solve each compound inequality. The first inequality x. Solve each compound inequality. The first inequality k minus 2 is greater than 5, less than 11. First, how can we isolate k? Just add 2 to all sides. We can say now that k is greater than 5 plus 2 equals 7. 11 plus 2 is equal to what? 13. Just draw a line and put 7 and 13, no equal sign. So no shaded circle or unshaded circle. Then shade between them. So the solution is all real numbers between 7 and 13. By the same way, number 4, just subtract 2 from all sides. Now we can cancel, so y is greater than negative 10 minus 2 is equal to negative 12. Less than negative 4 minus 2 is equal to negative 6. Draw a line, put the smaller one, negative 12, at the left, negative 6 at the right, unshaded circle, and shade between them. Now the solution is all real numbers between negative 12 and negative 6, or that are greater than negative 12 and less than negative 6. Next inequality, just cut your paper into 2 halves. The left inequality, 6b minus 1 is less than or equal to 41. Just add 1 to both sides. We can say now that 6b is less than or equal to 42. Divide both sides by 6. We get b is less than or equal 7. Just draw a line and put Mr. 7. We need all the numbers that is less than 7. So shade all the real numbers to the left of 7. Next, 2b plus 1 is greater than or equal to 11. Just subtract 1. We get 2b is greater than 10. Divide both sides by 2. Now b is greater than 5. Now we get all the real numbers that are greater than or equal. Don't forget the equal sign, guys, in the main question. Okay, greater than 5. So shade all the real numbers to the right. Now we can draw one line for Mr. the two inequalities. Just draw the line, and we have 5 at the left, 7 at the right. 5 is shaded, and we need all the real numbers greater than 5. And 7 is shaded, and we need all the numbers that are less than 7. Now, Mr., we have all the line, Mr. is shaded, or all the real numbers shaded on the line. So we can say the solution of the two inequalities or the compound inequality is all real numbers. All real numbers. Go to next. 5 minus m is less than 4. Just cut your paper into two halves by the same way. Subtract 5 from both sides. We get negative m is less than negative 1. Pay attention. 4 minus 5 is equal to negative 1. Mister, you have to divide both sides by negative 1. So you have to reverse the inequality sign. Don't forget this point. It's very important. We get m is greater than 1. Or next, 7m is greater than 35. I will divide both sides by 7. It's easy. We get now that Mr. M is greater than 5. Just draw a line and write 1 and 5. First, m is greater than 1. So unshaded circle and shade all the real numbers to the right. And also we have m is greater than 5, unshaded circle at 5, and shade all the real numbers to the right to the 5. Now, guys, what's Mr. the solution of the inequality? The solution of the inequality is the solution of the first in addition to the solution of the second. So we can say that m is greater than 5. This region is a part of this region. You can see a subset of the first. Now we can say the solution of this inequality, you can say that the solution is m is greater than 1. And also you can say the solution is m is greater than 1 or m is greater than 5. But if you need to write it as one inequality or the solution, to state the solution as one inequality or final inequality, it will be m is greater than 1. How can we solve the absolute value equation? Don't forget, guys, if we have absolute value of x, we can say absolute value of x is greater than or equal 0. Absolute value of x is equal to 5. Now we have two solutions. Maybe x equals 5, maybe x equals negative 5. So we can say that x is equal to 5 and x is equal to negative 5. Don't forget this point. Just apply the point from 1 to 6. It's easy. Absolute value of b equals 2 over 3. Now b equals what? Yes. Maybe b equals 2 over 3 and b equals negative 2 over 3. Absolute value of y equals 10. Now we can deduce that y equals 10 and Mr. y equals negative 10. Absolute value of n plus 2 equals 5. First step, isolate absolute value of n. Just subtract 2 from both sides. We get absolute value of n is equal to 3. Now we can deduce that n is equal to 3 and n equals negative 3. Absolute value of s minus 3 equals 4. Just add 3 to both sides. We can deduce now that absolute value of s is equal to 7. Now s equals what? Yes, s equals 7 and s equals negative 7. Absolute value of x minus 5 is equal to negative 1. Isolate absolute value of x by adding 5 to both sides. We get absolute value of x is equal to 4. Now x equals what? Yes, just apply. We can say that x equals 4 and x equals negative 4. 7 absolute value of d plus equals 49. To isolate absolute value of d, I will divide both sides by 7. Now absolute value of d is equal to 7. Now we can deduce that d is equal to 7 and d is equal to negative 7. Solve each equation. Absolute value of r minus 9 is equal to negative 3. We can't solve this inequality. Why, guys? Because I said absolute value of x is greater than or equal 0. Now, the absolute value must be non-negative number. Non-negative number means greater than or equal 0. Now we can say that the solution of this equation is no solution. To solve absolute value of c plus 3 equals 15, maybe the expression c plus 3 equals 15 and negative 15. Just cut your paper into 2 halves and write the two equations. C plus 3 is equal to 15. C plus 3 is equal to negative 15. Subtract 3 from both sides. We get C is equal to 15 minus 3 equals 12. Subtract 3 from both sides. So we get C is equal to negative 18. Now the solutions are C equals 12 and C equals negative 18. 1 is equal to absolute value of g plus 3. Now we can say that g plus 3 equals 1 and g plus 3 equals negative 1. Subtract 3 from both sides. We get g is equal to negative 2. Subtract 3 by the same way. We get g is equal to negative 4. Now the solutions are Mr. G equals negative 2 and G equals negative 4. How can we graph the linear equation y equals x plus 3? We can graph by two ways. The easier way using the slope and the y-intercept. We studied the slope-intercept to form y is equal to mx plus b. Now the slope is what? The slope equals 1. We can write it as a fraction 1 over 1. So don't forget, guys, that we have rise 1 unit and run 1 unit. And what about B, which is the y-intercept? The y-intercept equaled 3. Now, how can we graph? Just draw x-axis and y-axis and ask yourself, first step, identify the y-intercept. X-axis, the horizontal line, y-axis is the vertical line. Y-intercept equals 3. Just count 1, 2, 3 and put the point. Now rise how many units? 1 unit, run 1 unit. So going up or move up 1 unit, move right 1 unit. Now we have 2 points. Just draw, the line between them. We can graph now the equation y is equal to x plus 3. We can say y equals x plus 3. What about the next equation? By the same way, ask yourself, what's the slope? What's the y-intercept? The slope is equal to negative 5 over 1. So rise 5 units down and run 1 unit right. And the y-intercept is equal to 1. Draw the x-axis and y-axis. We have x-axis and y-axis. Now identify the y-intercept first. The y-intercept is equal to 1. Now we have x-axis, y-axis, 1. So 0, 1, the first point. Rise 5 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stopped at this point and move to the right 1 unit. Now we have 2 points. We can draw the line between them. Just draw the line between them. We can draw the line between the 2 points. Now we have the line represent the equation y is equal to negative 5x plus 1. By the same way, y equals 2/3 x minus 5. The slope is equal to what? 2/3. The y-intercept equals negative 5. Now draw x-axis and y-axis. We have x-axis, y-axis. You can use roller, guys, by the way. Just draw y-axis and y-intercept equals what? Equals negative 5. So 5 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the point. And rise how many units? 2 units. And run 3 units. So 2 units up, 3 units right. 1, 2, 3. We get the point. Now we can draw the line between them. We can draw the line. Use roller to draw the line. Now this line represents the equation y is equal to 2/3 x minus 5. Instead, write the equation in slope and intercept form of the line that passes through the 2 given points. First step, you have to calculate the slope. The slope is equal to what? We studied, guys. The slope equals delta y over delta x. So y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So m is equal to 1 minus 3 over negative 3 minus negative 1. It will be negative 3 plus 1. So the slope is equal to negative 2 over negative 2. The slope equals 1. Pay attention the sign. 1 minus 3 equals negative 2. Negative 3 plus 1 equals negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 equals positive 1. Don't forget. Now we can write the equation by using the slope. The equation is, we studied y is equal to mx plus b. We studied. Now y is equal to m equals 1, so y equals x plus b. How can we find the b, guys? Use any point. Just I will use the first point always. The first point is negative 1, 3. So cancel y and write 3. Cancel x and write negative 1. 3 is equal to negative 1 plus b. Now solve for b. Just add 1 to both sides. We get Mr. b equals 4. Now substitute for b to write the equation. Now the equation is what? Y is equal to x plus 4, the required equation. By the same way, the slope is equal to 6 minus 8 is equal to negative 2. Negative 2. 4 minus negative 4, it will be 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now the slope is equal to negative 1 over 4 in the simplest form. We can write the equation y is equal to negative 1/4 x plus b. To find b, I will use the first point, negative 4, 8. Cancel y and write 8. Cancel x and write negative 4. By your eye, negative 1/4 times the negative 4 is equal to 1 plus b. Solve for b, we can say that b is equal to 7. 8 minus 1. Now the required equation is what? Y is equal to negative 1/4 x plus 7. The required equation in slope-intercept form. Last equation, the slope is equal to what? Negative 2 minus 2. So we get negative 4 over negative 3 minus 9, negative 12. Now the slope equals what? 1/3 in the simplest form. The equation y is equal to 1/3 x plus b. I will use the first point. So cancel y and write what? Yes, cancel y and write 2. Cancel x and write 9. So 1/3 times 9 plus b. Simplify, we get 2 is equal to 3 plus b. Now subtract 3 from both sides. We get b is equal to negative 1. Substitute negative 1 for b to write the equation. So we get y is equal to 1/3 x minus 1 in slope-intercept form.